Hey guys, welcome back to Our Texas Homestead. Today I'm going to show you how I fry a turkey, which I consider the proper way to do it and the safest way to do it. So I'll take you all the way through it, from prepping it to injecting it, and a couple things I say do or don't, and get you through the whole process. So I'll bring you down and start with actually opening it up and going from there. Be sure you thaw the turkey out very well. Start, it's like if you're cooking it on a Thursday, you want to start on at least Tuesday, maybe Monday. Getting it out, getting it defrosted, and getting it all set up and ready to go. Because whether you know it or not, ice and grease don't go together. Drain the turkey out in the sink. I know I can't show this to you at this second because I don't have an extra camera. But basically all I did was drain it. Make sure you flip it upside down, get any liquids out of the inside of it. Okay? Undo your legs. If it has a little plastic deal here, get rid of it. This is part of the neck area or the butt. Get rid of that. Check for your insides. And also make sure you know your weight. The weight of the turkey depends on how long you cook it, okay? So we had, in the bottom we had the neck, and in the top we have the rest, okay? If you have anything you just want to trim up and get out of it, if you find any feathers or anything, pluck them, okay? Looks pretty easy so far, right? Now, you got to test fit the turkey. Let me show you what I mean by that. Okay. I'm setting it up like I'm going to put it in the fryer, which I'm going to, but it's for just testing it out. So this is how you're supposed to do it, so that way you know how much oil and stuff that you need. So I'll take you outside and show you. Okay. Most pots, this is my pot, it's kind of a bigger one than normal, it's not my biggest. This is a 17.5-pound turkey. I usually do 21 pounds. But you can see there's a max fill line on mine. If there's not a max fill line on yours, fill it up a little over a quarter and add oil to, don't go over halfway of the pot, because then you'll fling it all out. Sorry, I'm trying to wake up my cameraman. But take your turkey, test it, because what you're looking for is that it's going to cover the whole turkey. Okay? You can see mine does not cover up the whole turkey. Almost. Because it will sink down and it will shrink. Okay? So typically I don't go over the fill lines, the max fill line, but with this one I may do it a little bit, or I may go ahead and just switch pots. Okay. Okay, I switched pots to a bigger pot. Where's the lid for the old pot? As you can see, it's quite a bit bigger than the one I had. So, now that you got your turkey set up to know what your water level is or what your oil level is going to be, where you need it, go ahead and pull your turkey out, drain it. Sometimes they're harder to drain because the bottom of it, the little rack holds all the water in, okay? Clean you off a little spot. Take a piece of tape or a marker. Mark where your oil level is. Okay? Dump this out. Dry it out. And remember where your oil level is supposed to be if your tape comes off. If you use a marker or something, that's fine. It's just going to boil out and it's not going to hurt anything. But now you know exactly how much oil you need in your pot. Okay? Okay. Now we're back. We know how much oil we need without going over. Now it's time to prep the turkey up. And you want to do this a couple hours before you're cooking. Because if you just do it and then throw it in, you're not giving it time to soak in and get all the juices going, okay? Do have a marinade. This is a Tony C's marinade. It's butter, Creole style butter. So, pretty easy. Start with the breast, okay? Put it in, hit the bottom, and as you're putting it in, pull up and put in at the same time, okay? And do it about every 1 inch spot. Hit the bottom. Now just remember, this is a cavity in here too, so you can hit the bottom and just be spraying into it. You'll know when you're actually in the meat and doing it. You can feel it. Frying a turkey is pretty easy. You just gotta be safe with it. I know it scares a lot of people, but about catching stuff on fire and everything, but as long as you do it right, there's no issues with it. And I try to use the whole jar of marinade. I paid for the whole jar, there's no need to throw it out. Remember, breast starts here, and here's your breastbone, and it's going to go all the way down. There's a lot of meat there. Okay. Don't waste it. And if you want, you can even come in, put it underneath the skin. Wherever you've already poked a hole, of course, it's going to come out. And you may even get it come out where feathers used to be. Legs, do the same thing. Your wings, you can do them, but the wings are so thin, you don't get much off of them, besides some really good skin. But you can go ahead and inject them, it's not a problem. Just get right in the center of the wing, okay? Because you got a bone here and a bone here and the meat here. Both sides. Now, no need to do the back. There isn't a ton of meat there. There is some meat back here that you can get. And even a little bit down here if you wanted to hit. But other than that, there's not a ton of meat off the back that you're going to use. You can save the carcass and everything with what little bit of meat's on it for some turkey stock. And if you have to, you can pour this over in a bowl and try to get you some. Nah, I've pretty much got it. Bone there. So, all right. Now, part of it that I used to do all the time, but stopped doing it because of the way it does it. And I'm only going to do half this one, so that way y'all can see the difference. Tony's Hatcheries a lot of times will give you their little seasoning, you know, that you get in their injectors. You can get an injector kit with seasoning. But one thing about it, one, you lose a lot of it when you're cooking it, okay? Secondly, it browns the crap out of your meat. So I'm going to do half so that way y'all can see the difference and kind of let you make your own decision on what you want to do with it. Does it give the skin more flavor? Absolutely. Could you really add it on afterwards? You could, but it'd be like a dry rub then instead of actually cooked into it. I don't recommend it. I don't like it as a dry rub, and I like it nice and crispy and juicy and everything else. So now, got our bird ready, almost. There's a trick that I do that I don't think anybody else does, but I'll tell you why I do it here in a second. All right, my trick. If you look, you can see how this is the turkey that how it would set in the pot, right? You see how the wings are flared out, the legs are dropped down. If the wings or the legs hit the pot, they're going to burn, okay? So, this is a roll of fencing wire. What I do, I cut it, come in, make a loop around one of my legs, take that back, I just did that completely wrong. Let me do my legs first. Okay. Yes, it's going to leave a little dirt on it, but it burns off, and the fencing wire actually does not stay hot. Okay? So when you're doing this, you can actually, right after you pull the turkey out, you can grab this wire and take it off without any issues. Okay. Now, my legs are out of the way. Come in and grab my wings. Cut this down a little bit so it's not protruding. And then I've got my turkey all wrapped up, ready to go. Nothing's touching the sides, everything's compacted. To me, it helps it cook better. Everything's right there. So, that's how I do it. And as you can see on the back, your meat areas are here and a little bit down here, but it's really thin. And this is really going to be part of your thigh and everything for your leg. So if you wanted to inject that, you could, but it's up to you. Now that the turkey's ready, you're ready to go into the fryer. Whenever you are. Make sure there's no ice in it, no water in it. Make sure you dried your fryer out from where you put the water in it and then added your oil. Water and oil do not mix. That's how you start problems. Now the juice that's in this and the seasoning and the injection doesn't like water either. Okay, so when you're putting it in, wear something you want to get dirty because you're going to get stuff to pop back out at you, but I'm going to show you a trick that helps out with that. Okay, a lot of people do it, and this is how they start fires, is because they don't do it right. So we'll see you back in a little bit. All right, we're back. Temperature's at 350 degrees. Actually, this one says a little over. I know this thermometer's off. Check that one. I also have a digital I check my grease with to make sure my thermometers are on. This one I can't adjust. This one I can if it's off. So Everybody always worries about starting a fire with these things. So, easiest thing to do, shut your fire off when you put the turkey in. That's what causes everybody to start a fire, is everything goes over when you're putting the turkey in and puts all the oil down on the flame. Well, if there's no flame, you can't start a fire. So, but when you're putting it in, you still got to be very careful so it doesn't pop back out at you every time. Now, your turkey's in. You know you're not boiling over anywhere. Drop your thermometer back in your hole so that way it's in the grease. You're going to lose temperature because, one, your turkey's cold, the grease is hot. So, turn your gas back on. Get your temperature back up to 350. Now, when you're cooking it, it's 3.5 minutes per pound. This was a 17.58 pound turkey. You take out the neck, you take out the liver, the gizzards, everything else, and then you do your time. So I do it at, this one I would do right at 17 pounds, 3.5 minutes a pound. I'll see you back here in about an hour. So, okay. While you're cooking it, as it cooks, the temperature will keep climbing. The more it gets done, the more you got to lower your flame. You're trying to keep it at that 350 mark. Now, oil-wise, you can use peanut oil, whatever you want. I use the oil from Sam's. Clear frying oil has about the same burn point as peanut oil does, but it doesn't have that peanut oil taste. Especially if you got somebody that's allergic to peanuts, it's a good way to get around it. It's still, you know, another byproduct of oil, so, but it does good. So we're still a ways away, but something I wanted to remind y'all of while I was adjusting my temperatures down already. To keep it in the right range. So, see, mine has a yellow mark there for right at 350. The 325 to 349, it's green for what they register as a safe point for this particular thermometer. So, just giving you some ideas and some tips. Okay, as you can tell, it's gotten a little darker out here and a lot colder. So, we'll go ahead and get it out. Tell the color difference where I put the, I'll show you better inside, but where I put the seasoning on it and the side that I didn't put seasoning on. Just let it drain, put it in your pan. Now let it rest for 15-20 minutes and then you're ready to slice it up. I'll take you inside here in a second to do that. Okay, we're back. This piece still hot. Okay, this, as I told you before, cools down practically immediately. But the turkey and everything is still warm, so it can get you. refrigerator open, bud? Your bottom's always going to get a little extra brown because it's wet by the fire. But as I was showing you before, this is the side I put the seasoning on. This is the side I didn't put seasoning on. So that way you can kind of see how much darker it gets it. And if something happens, you overcook it, it's going to be a lot darker. Okay. So. Probably a little warm. These gloves that I've told y'all 100 times are amazing. I always start with like the legs and everything just before I get to the breast. For one, it's easier. To me, anyways. There's your thigh and your leg. You see, it basically pulls apart, folks. And you can see, it's still nice and juicy. It's not like a baked turkey that's dry. Love my mom to death, but she loves dry turkey. Kills me. Let's check out the breast. You're cutting it, just find a center bone. Just poke till you find the bone. Come in, lay it open. Try to get all the meats. And there you go. You can see where your seasoning was. Right here. Sorry, I got a lot of light. For some reason it's dark in here tonight. Come on the other side. You can see your seasoning here. Big pocket of seasoning. Nice and juicy. Don't knock the skin off of your turkey. Try to keep all your skin on there. That's like some of the best flavor. It's like me, if you watch, I was pushing down and I was moving that skin off. So stop pushing and actually started slicing, and it cut right through. But look at that. Look how much juice is coming out of this turkey. Mmm. Oh my goodness. No need to wait a year to have a turkey. That's for sure. Come back in. Clean it up. And this is the bottom part I was telling you about. You're going to get some meat out of. Okay. A lot of it. If you have good gloves that don't get hot, you can just go in here and pick at it and save you the time to cut it. And now, I think I may have broke it, I'm not sure. Yep. Don't forget, and behind the breast, right here, is your wishbone. Okay? For those of y'all don't know what it is, you and whoever, your significant other, a friend, a family member, get to grab an end and make a wish, and whoever gets the biggest piece, you know, supposedly their wish comes true. Now, right here we got, look at that, skin. Don't let it go. Don't let it go. Skin is your friend. I always make a pile of skin for people that want it. All right, now on the back. I was telling you there's some meat here, right? Yes, there is. Just kind of move the skin around so you can kind of see. Let's come under here. Not a ton, but you can get some meat off the back of it. And if you don't want to fight trying to get the meat off the back of it, turkey stock. It's perfect. Pre-seasoned already. Beautifully cooked. Oop, don't know. I have no clue why I just dropped that down there, but I did. All right. Then you have your other turkey breast. Sharp knives are your friend, folks. Don't press, because then you lose your skin. Y'all saw that, didn't you? That's how sharp that knife is. That is a Kevlar knife. Is a Kevlar inside coated glove. So I'm trying to stay back so that way I don't get in y'all's way to see it. All right. A little warm. Of course, had to get a little piece with a little piece of skin on it.
Very juicy.
It's so good. To me, this is the only way to cook a turkey. Any time of the year. That's it. Doesn't have to be a holiday. Doesn't have to be a special day. Just has to be, you know. You forget how good turkey is like this until it's like, so this isn't Thanksgiving or nothing. We cooked it early. But man, it's just so good.
We used to do Christmas in July and have a turkey just to have it.
Yep. So, folks, hope this helped you. If you got any questions, put it down in the comment box. I'm more than happy to answer. I read every one of our comments. I would try to reply to them as quick as possible, but you're pretty good about getting back to you. So, it's easy to do a fried turkey. It's easy not to cause a fire. I showed you exactly how to do it. I showed you how people start them. Just turn the fire off. When you put the turkey down in there and there's no oil coming out, And there's no way to start a fire. Unless you knock it over, and then that's kind of, don't be playing football beside it or anything. So, be sure you like, subscribe, and share. Tell your friends. Share this around. Keep everybody safe this holiday. It's coming up. And we'll see you next time on Our Texas Homestead.